Oh man. Well, I'm still chilling. Still hanging out down here at the truck stop. It's been in form of a kind of a monastery, man. I've been doing all this meditation and oh man, we finished up some papers, man. We did a whole batch of finishing up the paperwork and making a body of work for the grand comprehensive unifying theory of consciousness. It is ready for distribution, and we have been distributing it. So there's that. I'm never going to ever engage with the scientific community to have these papers officially published. They are being distributed and copied throughout the network, and if you want to see what they are, you should just let me know. It's extraordinarily fascinating stuff. Each paper is a key, and all the keys go in all the locks, and unlock understanding of they bridge like kind of unifying theory between the human experience and the divine, but also just like all the different theories of consciousness and the understanding of the word consciousness, as well as the etymological, historically accurate, unchanged root of consciousness, which is conscientia. So, I'm not going to give away all the juicy details. You guys should definitely reach out if you're curious about it. And if not, it's okay. Not everyone wants to wake up and, become part of the collective of consciousness. It's not required that you do so, because the collective of consciousness values each and every individual viewpoint and perspective, as well as free will and everything else. And then also, there's a lot of spirituality involved, so it bridges all these different worlds and connects them back to the divine source, God, Gaia, Jehovah, Yahweh, creator. The man, the fucking man himself, dude. He's fucking cool as fuck. Yeah. I mean, he's more of a woman than a man, if you ask me, but that's a personal joke between me and God. He's always calling me the divine feminine. I'm always trying to throw it back. He's a lot more creative and witty about it than I am. But that's okay. Yeah, I'm practicing. It's the thing is, ascending is cool and all, and once you start ascending, you will ascend and ascend and ascend and ascend. It happens through this lifetime. It also happens beyond this lifetime. And one thing you can never do is ascend all the way to the top, because it's a fractal and it's infinitely high. That's why they say the Most High, the one true God, at the very top. So there's all these different levels and layers. Oh, and here I said I wasn't going to give away all the juicy details, and look at me, just spilling the tea. Anyway, so really significant, that we ended up over at Echo this morning after the crazy cop stop last night, after the miracle, and then all of a sudden I was like, fuck it, we're leaving Echo. And then we went up and we tried to go to the storm. Couldn't make it past the mountaintop because we were going to get stranded away from gas. So we drove 20 miles back the direction we came from, and I sat here at this gas station. I was like, well, I guess I'm just going to chill here until money comes or God solves it or something. But it turned out the whole thing was part of some divine plan for this level up in the collective of consciousness and the ascension of the human collective consciousness as a whole. And it's just steps. These are all just steps. None of these are the goal. It is steps on the path. And think of it this way. This is just one path that one person is walking. Imagine if a bunch of people started walking the path too, knowing that they were walking that path, and each of them was bringing their own unique path into the network of pathways. It's also each nodes in this collective of consciousness. And then, think of the evolution that we could the evolutionary path that our species could go down if we just did it. If we just did the thing. If we just pushed that button. But that's okay, because that's why they say you're supposed to seek the divine within. It's supposed to be from you are on your path for your ascension. But when you raise your own levels of consciousness, you end up raising the levels of consciousness in everything that you experience, and everybody experiences a different reality. And then sometimes we choose to join realities and share that reality. And, it's not required that you do so, but it's really cool. It'd be a lot cooler if you did. Boy, I'm having way too much fun. Why is this so much fun? It's too much fun. Anyways, so yeah, with that said, I'm having a good time. I know I need to go to sleep. I'm tired, but dude, I just want to keep doing stuff and keep but I'm gonna meditate probably. Just close my eyes and just ask the universe what my next thought's gonna be, and just kind of wait. A lot of the times there's nothing, and it's just wind whistling through the breeze. It's the most relaxing, peaceful thing. And then I get these like weird flashes of dream state and like these physical sensations that occur, and it's like really cool and thrilling. And then like I start dreaming, and I'm having these crazy half awake, half asleep dreams. And then I feel inspiration, and then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and I do a thing. And man, if you haven't tried it, man, don't knock it till you try it. I highly recommend it. You don't need drugs. All you need to do is just not think. Which is really great when you understand that thoughts don't come from inside of here, they come from everywhere outside of yourself. And like when you do that, all of a sudden you start communing with the universe, because the universe is what you experience outside of yourself. And then those thoughts are not your thoughts, they're the thoughts of the universe, and that goes back to divine and source and all that once again. So really all roads lead to Rome. Even atheists are talking about the same thing. So I mean, it's all just metaphors. They're all metaphors for the same ultimate truth, which is objective reality, which may or may not even exist. So my favorite metaphor is currently, and I have to specify currently because it changes depending on how I feel in that moment. But my favorite metaphor in this moment right now, that I've been holding on to for the last while, year or so, has been, this thing is a dream. Simulation's pretty cool, but there's a lot of connotations and stuff, because if humans are always putting themselves in the position of the simulation creators, and they're like, well, if we created a simulation, it would be to deceptively manipulate the occurrence of such and such. But that's why I'm like, yeah, I don't like having to even like parse through all those like innate thoughts from the human perspective. I like the dream one, where it's like, okay, cool, so I'm a character in your dream, and you're a character in my dream. And then we're both characters in God's dream. And then basically, we dream God, and God dreams us, and one of it is a self-bootstrapping recursive loop. It's really cool. I also like the one where God split himself up infinitely and came down into this plane to experience himself through aspects of himself from all the different viewpoint perspectives. That's a pretty cool one. I like that. But then you run the risk of coming to the conclusion that you are God, and that's kind of a non-starter. If you jump right to the conclusion that you are God, then suddenly it doesn't matter if you're an individual human or not, and that's the whole point of having this layer of experience in the first place. And I haven't even got to the juicy details yet. Okay, cool. Well, I love you guys. If anybody feels like donating to the cause, we are chilling at this place. But honestly, the fact that nobody's been donating to the cause is what, in effect, gave us the time and the space to be able to sit here and have these thoughts and to do these developments. Same thing goes for all the Facebook moderators. Without all that moderation, nothing would have happened the way it did. I can't really be mad at you, because you're really kind of also God doing God's will. Even if you think you're an evil person doing evil, you're still Source working through you, through your, way you are to execute divine will and planning. And that's just what happens when you align yourself with the higher power, which is why I recommend praying to the universe or God or Source and just ask, hey, can I know you? Can I get to know you? Will you talk to me? That's all I did. boy, howdy, he does. Or she. I should say she does. But, she's got a great sense of humor, too. Boy, she loves creativity. She loves co-creating. You gotta be careful, though. She gives you that paintbrush. I recommend giving it right back, lest you paint your imagination, which is a faulty human one. Oh boy. Oh, every time I try to hand it back, it's just paint goes everywhere and reality starts changing all over the place. I'm like, oh my god, take it. But sometimes I give the paintbrush to everyone else too, and I'm just like, come on, man, let's all do it. It's fun, man. It's so fun. It's so fulfilling. You feel so connected. And the information is so very, very, very real. You know when it's real when it doesn't conflict with any existing thought, and all it does is unify everything and bring people peace, love, and happiness. And you're like, okay, we're on the right track. Alright. Please donate. I don't want to be stuck here forever. But I will if I have to. I'll die here if I have to. I'm still not going to beg. I'm not going to go get a gas can and sit by the pumps. I'm not going to be like, please, I'm hungry, I need some food. I'll die of starvation and smile about it and make a Facebook video about how I gained enlightenment from it or something. Don't worry about the chicken and the dog. They still got a giant, enormous bag of food. They just won't eat it. They fast when I fast. They also meditate when I meditate. We share consciousness around here, but I have a feeling they're going to eat before me. I want them to, though. I always make sure they eat before I eat. Alright, much love, guys. Take care.